Welcome to Harbour Studio, guys. Today my client wanted a French crop with a low skin fade, so I'm going to walk you through how I achieved the look today. So after saturating the hair, I'm going to section off from the crown to the recession point, and I'm going to be cutting off any hair that comes over the head shape. This is just going to set our foundation for the entire cut, so we're going to do this all the way around the head. Next, we're going to split the hair down the middle, and we're going to match that to the work that we just did on the sides. So when cutting the top, you're going to have a guideline on the left and right side of the head at the ridge, and then there's going to be a peak in the middle. You just want to cut that peak off in the middle and match it to the sides. Once I get more and more forward on the top of the head, I over direct it forward because it's a French crop and I want the front to be the shortest point. Now I'm just going to make sure the fringe is nice and straight.
VEEDY.
Now I'm going to deep point cut into the top just to add some good texture. I usually would have done this when removing the length, like at the same time, but because his hair was like, it's really bulky and it's really thick, so I just wanted to focus on getting rid of the length first. So I'm going to go in now and I'm going to texturize it. Now we're going to dry it off and get it ready for our clipper work. So first I'm going to go in with a 4-guard completely closed, and I'm just going to come off the head shape, and that's going to blend into the scissor work that we just did. Now I'm going to use clipper over comb just to further connect into the top. I'm angling out my comb. I'll be showing you the way that I'm angling it out in a second. And I'm just getting rid of any bulk. Now it's time to bold him out, so I've got my trimmer and I'm just debulking the hair. We're doing a low skin fade, but because his hair is so dark and dense, it's going to be more of a stretched out fade because I want it to be gradient. I don't want to do a compressed fade because it's not going to look very gradient on his hair. Now I've got my boulder and I'm leaving about ½ an inch of stubble. Now I'm just going to flip my shaver over and slightly flick out of that stubble just so that it blends in nicely. Now I'm going in with my 0.5, so my open guard. And I'm doing fairly big guidelines because I want to stretch this fade out because his hair's so dark. So I'm going about a little bit bigger than ½ an inch, Now I'm onto my 1.5 guard, so 1 all the way open, doing my next guideline. And then my final guideline is my 2 all the way open. Now I've closed my 2 guard completely, and I'm going to start taking out that dark line. Next is my 1.5 guard, and I've got it halfway open, so it should be on a 0.3, and I'm going to further soften up that dark line. Now I'm on my 1 guard all the way open, and I'm just going to flick out of that dark line some more, just to completely take it out. Now underneath that, I'm going to go halfway open on my 1 guard, and now I'm going to close it all the way just underneath that as well. That's going to soften up our next line. And sometimes I'll open it up again just above what I just did, because maybe I've created a bit of a line. Next I'm onto my half guard halfway open, and I'm just going to very lightly flick at the bottom of that second guideline.
VEEDY.
Now we're going to take out the bottom guideline, so I'll start on my 0.3 and flick out, and then just underneath that I go to a 0.2, and then underneath that I'm going to close the clipper all the way and lightly flick out. Now I'm going to stretch the fade out a little bit more, so I'm going to go through my same steps again. I'm going to start with a 1.5 guard halfway open. Then I'm going to go to my 1 guard all the way open. Then I'm going to close it halfway, and then I'm going to close it fully. Then I'm back to my half guard halfway open. This is just going to stretch out the fade more. So if you still feel that the fade is too dark in certain areas, you can just go through the same steps again and just lighten up that area. Now I'm going to lighten up the transition area as well to the highest guideline that we had. So I'm going back in with my 2 all the way open, then I'm going to close it again and just flicking out that dark line.
VEEDY.
Now I'm going to line up his C cup, and then I'm going to connect it into the fringe. I'm just trying to make sure that the C cup flows with the fringe nicely. Now I'm just going to add a light bit of enhancements just to enhance the C cup area. Now I'm going to let the video run through for the back. It's going to be the exact same steps and you can watch it all come together. Now I'm just going to finish it off with some hairspray. I did actually add some powder as well, but my camera died so I didn't catch that. So I added some powder and then some hairspray just to style the look. So this is how he walked in and this is the final look. Make sure you subscribe for more tutorials. I have a lot more content on the way. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below.